I'd like to welcome you to our JumpStart virtual series. I'm Melanie Monson, the president and CEO of the Greater ZHills Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to have Kevin with us today. And like we had said in our announcements, it's going to kind of be a hands-on, not virtually hands-on, I guess, that we can talk back and forth. But first, our agenda is going to go as follows. We're going to have Kevin talk to us a little bit, and then we'll be able to interact and ask him questions, and we'll all together try to find some answers to anything that we need to know of how to boost our businesses via social media. So if everybody could mute theirs unless they're speaking, that would be great. I should have done that before I got on, and I apologize. So let me just introduce Kevin. Kevin Sullivan II was raised in Tampa, Florida. He attended St. Leo University for his undergraduate education, where he graduated cum laude from the honors program with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in business management. While at St. Leo University, Kevin was a resident assistant vice president of finance for the Student Government Union, a member of the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity. Due to his superior involvement and dedication to the fraternity, Kevin was the first undergraduate in the fraternity's history out of over 270,000 men to be awarded the Key Leader Award. Kevin then attended AVA, is it AVA or AVA?
Yeah.
Maria School of Law in Naples, Florida, where he obtained his Juris Doctor degree. After passing the bar, Kevin returned home to Tampa Bay region and began to practice personal attorney law with a boutique law firm. Currently, Kevin has joined the personal injury and civil litigation firm of Pipus Law Group and practices out of 3 offices located in Tampa, St. Pete, and right here in ZHills, which is an office he set up himself. Now I lost where I was. I apologize. He assists clients that have been injured in car accidents, motorcycle accidents, and slip and falls, in addition to a variety of other personal injury matters. Kevin prides himself on giving all his clients, no matter how large or small, the attention that they deserve. He has retained millions of dollars for clients throughout Florida. He hopes to make a positive impact on the Tampa Bay area and very much enjoys serving on the board of the ZHills Chamber of Commerce. So I'd like to welcome Kevin Sullivan.
Hey, thank you so much for the introduction. So happy to be here and talk about social media marketing. The first thing I want to say is this is about basically free ways in order to get your brand out there. It's not going to be as much about like paid advertising and things as far as Facebook ads. I think it kind of defeats the purpose right now during the COVID and the coronavirus. We need to figure out other less financially strenuous ways to reach out to our local communities to gain more customers and to gain more traction in our businesses. So first thing I want to start out with is kind of the negative side, and then we'll go into the positive and talk about more details. So we're going to be talking about today Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I like to refer to them almost like the 3 bears, because you have the Facebook, which kind of falls in the middle of the professional/personal. You have the Instagram, which is kind of the more personal side, and then you have LinkedIn, which is kind of the more professional side. So kind of with the first thing is post to avoid. So when you're posting on social media, some of the things that I typically like to avoid when I'm referring to my business and doing, relating to my clients, customers, things like that is anything kind of about sports, anything about politics, anything about religion, and anything controversial. And the reason why I say that is I'm not trying to tell you guys to hide your opinions or your feelings or your beliefs, but a lot of times those things get very heated and you end up with these long threads of people just going back and forth at each other, and they're not really getting the message that you're trying to deliver about your business and not really trying to attract the correct attention. So you're welcome to do those things if you want. But they're just kind of some things that I try to stay away from in order to make sure that we get the most, fruitfulness out of the social media posts. So we're going to kind of start with Facebook. That's the most popular, and we'll go from there. So what are some things that I would recommend posting on Facebook that people respond well to? Number one is positivity and quotes. People love, motivational quotes. You'll see hashtag like Motivational Monday and stuff like that. So, things from past presidents, which kind of falls on the political side, but usually you're okay with like quotes, celebrities, things like that, positive saying to start off the week or end the week. Wednesday posts, hump day posts are great as well. Just kind of something to change it up. Number two is pictures relating to your business. So this is, if you're a dentist, for example, you may post a picture of a toothbrush and then a small write-up about it with your business. If you're a real estate agent, you may post a photo of a new listing or a house that you have. So pictures relating to your business, they don't have to be that standard ad. They're kind of fun and can be a little bit, show a different side of you and your business as well, that you're relatable. At the end of the day, that's what social media is all about, is being relatable to your customers and your clients, because when they see that post, you basically got about 5 seconds to attract their attention and say, hey, they like the same things that I like. So, I want to do business with them. The other thing that you can post is short videos. I would recommend that they're no longer than 30 seconds. 15 to 30 is probably about the right amount of time that I would post a video for. After 30 seconds, you start losing people. So come up with your, kind of elevator pitch, or more lengthened elevator pitch, and get to the point, move forward, include some pictures and things like that. But videos are a great thing. The other thing is that videos of events are a great thing as well. So you're at a car show over the weekend, or you're at a, some type of other event, a fair, a festival, something like that. Hey, I'm so-and-so at the, Renaissance Festival, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And remember, if you need your trees trimmed, call me. Just, short stuff like that to make you look relatable. Other thing is, you can post at your website and your SEO, your blog articles. So you can share those with an excerpt, as well as other, websites. So if you're in maybe financial planning, healthcare services, something like that, you can post an article from CNBC or CNN or something like that. Hey, the stock market is, so-and-so hedge fund manager says the stock market is right for investment. Make sure you're, talking to your financial manager, a whole slew of articles can be related to your business. The other thing is posting your Tombstone ad. And we're going to get into more detail about the Tombstone ad. But basically, I call it that because that's what it's referred to in relation to the Florida bar. So as attorneys, we have a more stringent advertising requirement and levels that we have to go through. So basically, we have to get a lot of our things approved. So to kind of not have to go through the approval process, they allow us to make what's called a Tombstone ad. And you can do that for any business. So what I would suggest it to be is almost like, and I know some people gripe about a little bit, but if you've ever seen a real estate agent's business card, very similar to that. It's always got their picture on it. It's got their logo. It's got some basic demographics. People are kind of afraid of using their photo. I don't know if it's a judgment thing or maybe they don't want to be related, but who are they going to call? Who are they going to know? So it's all about that facial recognition. So with the Tombstone ad, you'll see me post it all the time on social media. It's that standard accent, call Kevin. It's got some basic demographic about my firm, and then it's got my picture. Literally that simple. So a lot of people may wonder, how would I make that Tombstone ad, or where would I create that, or where would I create any of my custom ads? The website I use, it's free. It's called canva.com, canva.com. Basically as user-friendly as it can get. You upload a photo. They have pre-made templates. They have pre-made templates for the different social media that you're trying to use. So if you're trying to do a Facebook post, it scales it for a Facebook post, your ad. If you want to do an Instagram post, it scales it for your Instagram post. So Canva is a great resource that you can use in order to create these Tombstone ads and create these other advertisements to get your name out there. So next up is going to be getting interaction. How do you get interaction on your post? You see posts and things, on Facebook, but you may not see a lot of likes or a lot of comments. So how do you do that? Number one is, you post something that asks a question. Hey, do you know anybody that needs their trees trimmed? There's a million different questions that you can ask, but, hey, what's, your favorite local restaurant? Or, lot of different things that you can get interaction to people. So, and it can be very genuine. Hey, I'm looking to take my wife out to dinner this week. Where should I take her? Something like that. So it's just kind of on that side of personal / professional, or, and if you want it to be more professional, hey, I'm looking to take my team out to lunch this week. Where's the best place for a large group? Things like that to kind of go outside of the norm, but it's not the same old, get your cleaning from, Dr. Dennis or something like that. So it just goes beyond that. The other thing is giveaways always work really well. They don't have to be some type of crazy giveaway or anything. You don't have to be giving away thousands of dollars. Hey, we're doing a giveaway this week for, a $10 gift card to so-and-so restaurant, or a $10 Amazon gift card. I just did one recently on mine where I said, hey, tag your favorite teacher for teacher appreciation, and gave away a $50 gift card. So just little things like that to reach out to the community, let them know that you're there and you're involved. Great way to get communication and interaction. So the next thing is with Facebook, I would recommend that you have 2 different Facebook pages. So it's going to be that personal one that you post, the photo of your kids and your family and relate with that. And then you'll create your business page as well. There's plenty of tutorials on it. I don't want to take too much time on creating a business page. I'm sure many people have those, but that's a way where you can kind of post a bulk of your, business related posts, but you can still share them on your personal page. The biggest thing that you don't want to do is wear out your personal audience. They know who you are, and it's a fine line, and I probably cross it plenty of times, but it's pretty much everybody knows out there probably by now, with as much as I post that I'm an accident attorney. And that's okay. That's a good thing. That's what we want them to know. But there's a fine line between knowing and annoying. So you don't want to get to the point where people see your posts so often that they unfollow you because it's not relevant. So typically when you're sharing business posts on your personal page, I would only recommend it about 2 to 3 times a week, maybe. And that's kind of pushing it a little bit, but 2 to 3 times, just to not wear out that audience. You want to keep it on the top of their mind, but at the same time, you don't want to frustrate them or annoy them as well. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the story. Now, there's a story on Instagram and there's a story on Facebook. If you see on top of Facebook, you'll see all of these different posts, these like short 24-hour posts on your story. The story is probably the most powerful social media tool that you have. And the reason that I say that is because of the mannerisms of people. So I'm sure there are a lot of people out there, and I can't see most of your faces, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that get frustrated when they see their mail count go up. As far as like, it's just that little like red dot right there, that it's like all these unread messages. Same thing on social media. So people get frustrated and they feel like they have to go through and look at these stories. It's just a mental thing that they have to do. So rather than paging along, they, on Facebook and go through quickly, on top of that, and then dealing with the algorithm on Facebook as well, because you're not going to see everything on Facebook. They kind of highlight what you're most interested in and then kind of select those posts. So the story is one of those things that they typically have to go through, whether it's a mental thing or they want to see what you have going on. So what I typically do is you can create that Tombstone ad and post that on your story, or you can also post a short video, or you can post a picture relating to your business. But it's definitely something that I would recommend posting every day. I mean, I do, or even every other day. And the thing with that is that you have a lesser chance of wearing out your audience because it's so quick. The posts are only like 5 to 7 seconds long. So they look at it real quick. Oh, it's Kevin with another accident ad. Next, go to the next one. So it's just, it's not really that annoying or that mentally, frustrating to the mind. So stories are very important. I would absolutely recommend posting on those. And then the final thing I would recommend is joining groups in your local community, business pages. So wherever your office is or wherever you're trying to do business, and that you can reach out to people locally. So, if your office is located in Tampa, then join 10 business group pages. If your office is located in Sarasota, then join 10 Sarasota pages. Then you go and you take those ads that you've made and you share them in those groups. Also to interact with people in those groups, see and share other colleagues as well. If you see somebody looking for a plumber, make sure you comment the plumber's name. If you see somebody looking for a tree guy or a lawn guy, comment your lawn guy. they're going to give you referrals as well if you take care of them. So definitely be interactive. Just don't post in a bunch of groups. Don't look like, you're not part of the community and part of the group, because the problem with that is that if you post and then you're not interactive, people just think you're there to get business and they're not going to do business with you. So make sure you're vigilant with that. What are the best times to post? So I always say that the best times to post are during meal times. So 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 to 7 in the morning, anytime between noon and 1, 11:30 to 1-ish, and then anytime between 4:30 and 6. 7 o'clock, you're going to get people either eating breakfast, getting up in the morning, or getting to the office. Everybody always checking their social. The 12 o'clock, 11:30, 12, you're going to catch lunchtime. And then the 4:30 to 6:30, you're going to catch people on their way out of the office or when they get home. So those are always good. They're on for a while as well. So, if you see people that they get home at 7 or 8 o'clock, they're still going to see those posts that were posted prior. So those are times that I try to stick with. If you post at 10 o'clock in the morning or you post at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, probably not a lot of people are going to see that. The other thing is I don't really post on weekends too much, maybe once in the morning, maybe once on Saturday or once on Sunday. People are not really on social media too much. They, to some extent, but they're usually with their families or doing something. So if you don't post on the weekends, it's not a huge deal. So on to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more stringent. The biggest thing with LinkedIn, and the thing that I find is frustrating, is people always sending out messages. They're always sending like 50 messages like, hey, do you have a financial advisor? Or, hey, I'd like to talk to you a few minutes about healthcare. All right. Don't send people messages. Literally, probably you're going to spend more time and annoy more people sending messages than if you go and see a post by them and just comment on it. And that's the biggest thing that you can get from LinkedIn. It's more of a collaborative system rather than an attack system. So, you see somebody post on there and, hey, great thought, great article. And they're going to go and they're going to look at your profile and they may, try to figure it out and, see if they need to follow you or add you on there. So it's more of an organic thing. Don't be so aggressive on that platform. The other thing is your posts, I would try to stay away from some of the personal things that we talked about on Facebook. So like the posts of the, related to your business, keep it more professional. I would stick with articles and I would stick with your Tombstone post most of the time, just to make sure that, you're keeping a good image on there. Other thing, I would make sure you keep your profile updated. Talk about your education on there. Talk about your awards on there. Talk about your resume on there. Have that all up to date so people know what you're doing and know what you're in. Because if you were a real estate agent 5 years ago and now with, Keller Williams, and then now today you're with Century 21, how are people going to be able to contact you? Maybe they send you a message, but if they call Keller Williams and they go, Paul Smith left 5 years ago, that's an issue. So give them the updated information. Let your audience know what you're up to. The other thing is articles are great as well. You can write your own articles on there. You can also post articles from other sources. So LinkedIn is a good resource, but just make sure you use it in the proper manner and don't, over message people and kind of annoy them into not working with you. So let's go on to Instagram. Again, very similar to Facebook, but it's more of a photo-based system. This is a great place to post your Tombstone ad. Make sure in this type of posting that you always have your demographics, because it's more picture-based than writing based. So Facebook, they'll read your post, but whereas Instagram, they just kind of roll through photos. So what you want to do is make sure that you have your contact information in your photos, everyone that you post. So Canva, what you can do is if you're posting like, a more social photo, just in the corner of it, you can white out a little square right there and then just type in your contact information so they can see that within the photo. Because if you put it in the writing portion of the Instagram post, more than likely I've seen, and just with people scrolling through quickly, they're less likely to see it. They're less likely to read the post. The other thing that you'll need to create as well, and this is in relation to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, any of them, is you need to create your social media signature. Same as your email signature, you need to create a social media signature. So you get through your whole post, and you'll see on mine, for example, it'll be like, have a great Monday or something like that. And then you'll see a couple lines, and then it'll say the accident called Kevin, Pipus Law Group, contact information, website. That's so they can find me quickly. They don't have to go Google, or they don't have to go look up a phone number or anything like that. It's right there so they can grab it quickly. The biggest thing with social media is that you don't have a lot of time with people. They're scrolling through. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of information on there. So you want to make it as easy as possible for people to get what they need about you and to be able to contact you. Posts that people do like. So I said giveaways, of course, people love free stuff. Number two, I always find that posts with animals, people love animals. So that's a great one. If you want to post a photo of your dog or something like that, people love, cats and things. Scruffy says, have a great day or have a great Monday. People love that. People love holiday posts. So make sure you keep up with the holidays. Even holidays that aren't as well known, National Dog Day, National Donut Day, things like that. People love that stuff. So it's a great way to connect. People love funny. That's the number one thing. So funny and memes are a great thing that people enjoy. Make sure, of course, you keep them appropriate, business related. People love success posts. So scream from the rooftops, every one of your accomplishments. Another house sold, another car accident claim resolved, another tree trimmed, whatever you do, or, cut 50 lawns this week, whatever your thing is, make sure you're shouting your accolades from the rooftop. People love to support other people, and you need to let them know that you're doing a great job. Obviously, you're more likely to hire the lawn guy that cut 50 lawns this week than the guy that cut 5. So make sure that you're, yelling your accomplishments and celebrating. And, for those people that are like, it's not very humble, or it's not, listen, it's not meant to be a brag or anything like that. You just want to let people know what you're doing. And then the last thing is being positive. Positive posts, have a great week. Hope everybody's doing well. Be personal. You can post on there, what do you need? What is your business looking for this week? And great opportunity to be able to reach out to people, to help people. And then, you go and say, hey, what does your business need with this week? And then, Denny Dennis goes and says, well, I need more cleaning patients. Your friend needs a cleaning. You could go and call your friend and say, hey, the Denny Dennis is needing, needs people for cleaning. He's a great dentist. I know him. You link that up, and then all of a sudden you have a, new referral system from Denny. He's going to send you, all of his, related business claims to you. So the last thing I'm going to talk about before we kind of get into the question portion is how to track all this. So there's a couple different metrics that you can use. Number one is you want to look at timing, like what works best with your audience. Some audiences may respond better first thing in the morning, whereas some audiences may respond better in the evenings. You'll want to look at how many likes the post got per category. So like if a dog post got 25 likes, but a success post got 10 likes, but a giveaway post got, 35 likes. Okay, my audience likes this. I'm going to focus a lot of my posting on this. Then the other thing you want to look at is comments. So you want to look at how many comments that you get on posts. Maybe a success post got 3 comments, whereas a giveaway, post got 30 comments, etc. So you want to look at that. The last thing you want to track is the people that are always commenting and liking your posts. Because if you don't know that person, if you have, John Smith that's always liking your post over and over again, and you don't know John, reach out to John. Hey, John, my name's Kevin. I noticed that you always like my posts. I really appreciate it. If I can ever do anything for you, please let me know. What business are you in? And, that's a great thing for, the chamber, as well as, hey, I noticed you're not a member. We'd love to extend you an invitation, show you around the office, and anybody else that's, any type of business. Hey, I'm in the healthcare business. Hey, I'm in the, real estate business, whatever you're in. So that's kind of all I have. I wanted to leave the last 15 minutes for questions. So.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. That was great. I wanted to chime in on a couple of things. We use Canva all the time. Canva is amazing. If any of you guys have not used Canva, then you definitely need to look into that. It's free. And really do find your little kitsch we actually went a little bit above and beyond at the chamber because we do have a lot of platforms that we are on, and we paid for content marketing, which has kind of some fun little things. We have a new marketing person. I'm going to put her on in just a second to just tell you a couple things, but she's been doing a great job to kind of just do some fun little things. So this was one that she put on not too long ago, which was just a funny little thing, and it went everywhere, and we had a blast with this one because it went on all of our platforms. And she's going to tell you a little bit about what she does. But as far as giveaway, I agree. We did a simple little thing where we gave away a ZHills t-shirt, okay, for so many people that posted something. And I got to tell you that just giving a little $10 t-shirt away was for the person, when we brought it to them, they just loved it. So giveaways are great. And that, you just have to make sure that you're hitting the right market. So we did have, let me try to pull up my questions here. Oh, now I got to find it. I had a question. I think it was from Kelly. If you can unmute yourself and ask Kevin what you wanted to ask.
Hello. Fix my lighting situation here. So my question was, I feel, first of all, let me also say yes to Canva. I actually pay the $10 a month for it because it's that good, but the free version is pretty awesome. So another vote for Canva. This has been some great information and some great reminders for me as well. One thing that I would love some more information on, so that I don't feel like the boomer trying to use Facebook or Instagram, is especially with the stories. There's, I've seen posts before where it's like this or that, and there's a graphic, and Canva actually has a whole category of them, and then people can like circle or pick their choices. I don't know how to create that so that people will people know what to do with that, I guess, is the first question. And or what would people do with that?
So that would be basically, you're going to have a customer, an individual that has a large interaction. It's going to be more interactive with you. So basically for that, with the stories, if you posted a photo and it would be like, very simple. Do you like baseball or football better? Something just to have for a simple example, a circle above. Most of your audience, I would say, probably, and not to insult people outside of the millennial spectrum, but the 35 and under crowd will probably have a decent idea of what to do. You'll just screenshot it, and then you'll upload it yourself and just circle on what choice you would make. That may be something that you would be able to market to your audience, and the fact that you do a 3-minute video on it, like, here's how to do a choice post on, your story. So a great way to be able to meet other people and talk to other people. But for the most part, it's just them screenshotting, uploading the photo themselves, and then using the pencil tool to circle their choice.
Got it. That was so easy that I didn't even think that would be the solution. So thank you. That was very helpful.
You go and do a post. So you do the post, make the post. Do you like football or baseball better? And then circle one. And then the next video that you do is, here's how you make a choice. Screenshot, use the upload, use the pencil tool, post. That's simple.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dawn, will you talk a little bit about the platforms that we do and why we're doing so many? Because we do, as a chamber, we have a lot of platforms that we're on.
Absolutely. Hi, Dawn Melanson, everyone, marketing coordinator with the Greater Zephyr Hills Chamber. And we have our Pigs in Zephyr Hills pages. So we have Facebook and Instagram there with the chamber. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn, and we have Twitter. And then we have Clearly Zephyr Hills, which has a Facebook page. So we are trying to stream content across all of those platforms, which can be pretty time consuming for the most part, and there's so much to learn, but it's exciting and it's fun, and every day you learn something new, which is awesome. Kevin did touch on some really great points, and he did mention, you know, like on Facebook, joining groups, business groups, but something that I've found to be pretty valuable is also joining like the yard sale groups, also joining just community groups in general. You can type different things in groups such as like for rent. And if you're a realtor, they have like, sometimes they'll have Zephyr Hills for rent and you can post your rentals in there or something of that nature. So there's really no end to the amount of groups that are out there that you can explore to post your content in. So that is something that we do with our posts, especially, you know, with this meeting and social media training that we did here. We put that into our Zephyr Hills community pages. We put that into some networking pages. And then of course you want to make sure when you do post that information that you have a clear link back so that it doesn't get confusing. You want to make sure that your text is very clean. Also, when you create your photos or your images, too much text will change the algorithms and you won't get as much exposure. So you want to make sure that when you do present your content, that it's very clean. And of course, as Kevin said, that it aligns with the community that you're reaching out to. And of course, you know, keeping your tagline information in there is great. Kevin did mention to keep, you know, your Tombstone, I guess is what he calls it, information in there. But one thing that is very important also, not as much on Facebook, is a hashtag. And some of you are very familiar with that, but keeping a similar hashtag like JumpStart ZHills every time you do this post. That way, if someone does go on Instagram and they search that, they're going to find all the related posts within that search for that particular hashtag. So that is definitely something that you would want to do. One thing that on Facebook that I think is very important too is also, with permission, tagging your associates and people that you're working with, other businesses that, you know, you are collaborating with. That can be very effective because it also streams into their feeds at times and accesses, you know, more customers that you can reach out to. One thing that we don't necessarily use with the Zephyr Hills Chamber, but Kevin did touch on real estate agents, is Marketplace in Facebook. So if you're selling something, a product or a house or have a rental, it's a free service for the most part, and you can go in there and place your ad with the, you know, area where it's located, pricing, the details, links back to your platform. So Facebook Marketplace, I think, is also instrumental for real estate agents especially, and anybody who is selling a product. But we are, you know, as a chamber growing, we definitely, I feel like we grow our followers and our, you know, people who like our pages very strongly. We are producing a lot of content though daily, definitely posting a little more than the 3 or 4 times a day that's recommended, but we, you know, we have a lot of important content that we have to put out. So, you know, balancing that back and forth with the fun content is something that can be a little bit difficult, but you do have to make sure that you infuse some fun stuff in there in between the important stuff that you need to get out. So for example, yesterday, we did a really cute little post about Mother's Day, and I just posted a picture of my flowers blooming, and it was kind of interesting to see how many people were just happy to post a picture of their Mother's Day flowers underneath and share that with us. So just little things that you can connect with people, I find are very important in, you know, gaining interaction, if you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was great. And, you know, one thing that we do, because we're trying to promote our businesses. That's part of what we do. So Dawn hit on it. We make sure we tag them, because if we're spending time and money on marketing a business and we haven't tagged them in it and connected to them, we've just wasted our time and your time. And it does help them to be able to see, look at what they've done, and then they pass it on to their people. And it's been a great thing to make sure that we do. The other thing that I just wanted to make sure we hit on is, Dawn said this, really optimum would be 3 posts a day. People are sick of seeing too much, but right now with the virus that we have, it's kind of like gloves off right now. We are posting when we have to, anything that we know is important to our business members or to the community. But in a general sense, on your business level, you would want to not do more than 3 a day. Am I right, Kevin? That's pretty.
Yeah, even on the business standard, 3 can even be a lot sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, and especially if it's 3 of the same thing.
Right.
I try to stick to 1 to 2. It depends on the time and stuff. Obviously, if something huge comes out, a huge article or something, it's a different story. But typically, especially like Tombstone ad wise and stuff like that, your standard, everyday ad, I'd stick to 1 a day with that at most.
I agree. I totally agree. And our industry standard really is a little different than others because of our business, how we're trying to attract the business members. The other thing that I really wanted to hit that you did, Kevin, was LinkedIn. I have read more stories or more articles from people on LinkedIn in this last few months than ever before, because they're really posting things that really are helping us. So I like that you said, if there's an article that applies to your business, post it and give everybody a heads up. So what other questions do you guys have out there?
I have it pulled up. I'll read it. So she goes, so I have I have both a business and personal Facebook. Having issue when I log into events on Facebook for it to allow me to just use my business page. It makes me use my personal page. I don't necessarily want to use my personal, but I am not given an option. Do you have the same problem, or is this user error? So when you log into events, from my understanding, so you see like today, the ZHills JumpStart event,
Right.
typically with that, you're only going to be able to accept with your personal page. I haven't been able to see business pages accept that, nor am I able to see, just business pages accept invitations. One thing I would suggest with you bringing that up is when you're making comments and things on your business page posts, that make sure you're responding as your business page, because typically sometimes in the comments on your business page, you can shift back and forth between your personal page and your business page. So you'll see the little icon by the tablets or by the comments of your profile picture at some point. So just make sure, this is for everybody to be responding with your business page instead of your personal page, because you may not want some customers to see you on business page, on your business page.
I did notice that. I noticed that I have, I wasn't sure if it was user error or not, but I noticed that there's a lot of restrictions, or it's not a lot, but there are some restrictions when you go to tag people, because I do a lot of that as well, on my business page versus my personal page. So like on my business page, I can't get, or on my personal page, I can't get people's businesses in there, but on my business page, I can. It's kind of flipped.
So you may have to follow their business page. I don't know if that's an issue or not. I don't know too much about that. Typically, if you follow their business page, you're able to tag it. That's from my experience. I know there's some difficulties in that. I have it as well. Sometimes too, like when you tag people in a group, for example, if you're on the Wesley Chapel business group and you see, the Dr. Dennis is looking for cleaning patients, and you go to, or new patients, and you go to tag your friend, and they can't be tagged because they're not part of the group. So there are issues with that. The best thing that you can do is, if you feel comfortable, sometimes you can just, make the jump and put it on your personal page. Sometimes intermingle, but it all depends on your personal preference.
In regards to tagging businesses, we do that a lot, and it's changed over the past couple of months. I found a few months ago that I used to have to go to my PC and log in like within the chamber and go to their page and then hit follow and then like is my page, like is my page, like is my page. But now I found, since I've updated my phone recently, that I have been able to do some likes on my phone as well. So I think it's Facebook's platform is changing the way they do things, and you just kind of have to kind of keep looking for that option, but you do have to like and follow. And now they've even changed it to where it's a lot easier on your Facebook. So you may just have to re-download the app or something like that, because I have been doing it from my phone recently. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and one of the things that we had to do, and it took us some time, is we went in and friended everybody. And we have 500 business members, so it took poor Don quite a bit of time. But after we took the time to do that, to make sure that we connected, then we're able to tag really easily to them. So it might take a little bit of time, but I think the payoff is worth it. Well,
That's fine too. If you guys ever have any questions for me, you can always reach out to the chamber. They can shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to answer anything you guys need. I'm all over Facebook, so please feel free to follow me or add me. That's my cell phone number on there. So feel free to give me a text or a call as well. Happy to help you with any issues. Want everybody to be able to grow and make it through this. And social media is a great tool. It's actually not as intimidating as it may look. The biggest piece of advice I can give anybody is to just number one, two pieces of advice really. One is just start doing it. It's not like a planned thing or anything like that. You just see something, it takes 2 seconds, you post it, that's it. But the other thing is, don't be super hard on yourself. You may not get a lot of traction in the beginning. It may be difficult. I'm only getting 3 likes. I don't know what's going on. And 2 of the likes are my mom and my aunt. That's okay. That's natural. It happens. And as time goes on, you're going to be able to gain more traction and things will get better, and you'll learn what works and what doesn't. Just make sure you track it and, try to get better each time.
Well, thank you, Kevin. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us today and to help everyone just try to boost their business social platform. Right now, that's real important. So next week, I just put it up on the screen. We're going to be on Thursday afternoon at 4. We're going to do a little virtual networking, kind of like a social hour next week, where you can get on, you can give us your 30-second, but we'll probably let you be more like 2-minute elevator speech and talk a little bit about what you do, why you do it, and try to make some connections. It's a little difficult at this time when we can't be face-to-face, so we thought it might be fun to try to get a bunch of people on and connect with our little teeny pictures here. So if you know of anybody that would like to come on, watch for this on our website, ZephyrHillsChamber.org. We will have this in our calendar after today, and the ability to just kind of register and send it and invite people. So we want to thank all of you for coming, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there, Melanie Monson, CEO of the Greater Zephyrhills Chamber of Commerce. Your Chamber of Commerce is excited to announce a new online series called JumpStart ZHills. Each week, this series will showcase business strategies, trade secrets, new ideas, and sometimes just how to have fun here in Zephyrhills. So visit our website at ZephyrHillsChamber.org to see what's in store for you as we share the knowledge of our business partners and expand your minds on the great community we call Zephyrhills. See you soon.